Blog Talk Radio.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to CB and the Boys on CB, your hostess with the mostess, and have we got a show for you. So just sit back and relax. We have guest Mel Love of Link to Link Entertainment on tonight. You don't want to miss it. So everybody sit back and relax. And George, roll that beautiful bean footage, and welcome to CB and the Boys.
Welcome to CB and the Boys with Crystal CB Booker, George Biker Boy Holman, Roger Hawkins, and Mimi Acosta. Coming live and direct from YouTube, Facebook, iHeartRadio, Blog Talk Radio, and Apple Podcasts. Bringing you hot topics, interviews, live entertainment, and fun every Wednesday night, 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. And now, prepare to get charged up with a whole lot of fun from CB and the Boys.
Hey, everybody, and once again, welcome to CB and the Boys. Once again, I'm CB, your hostess with the mostess, and got my whole crew in the building. What is up, Mimi, the fabulous Mimi Acosta? What is up, Mimi? And the incomparable Roger Hawkins. What is up, Roger?
My pinky's up. What's going on, folks? What's happening?
And last but not least, Mr. George, Biker Boy Holman in the building. What's up, George?
What's up? Deuces, everybody, deuces.
A lot to talk about, guys. But first and foremost, let's start off with what's everybody sipping on. So, George, roll that beautiful bean footage for Mimi's drink special.
Early.
It's Mimi's drink special. Mimi, let them know what you're sipping on.
Hey, everybody. So I got a special tonight, okay? So I did a mango margarita with strawberry, okay? The thing about it is that I threw some ice in this bad boy, and I threw some strawberry Kool-Aid cubes up in this bad boy. So I will be drinking and sucking at the same damn time. Don't be jealous.
What?
It's all good.
Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate.
That's what's going on tonight. And it's nice and sweet and it's lovely.
You said drinking and sucking at the same time.
What's everybody drinking? Hey.
Wow.
Hey. Don't repeat what I said. Don't repeat what I said.
You said it.
I said it, baby.
You said it.
Said it. So what is everybody drinking at the same damn time? What we doing? Come on, sister. I know you got something good over there.
I have Smirnoff Ice Mango.
Okay. We got some mango stuff tonight. All right.
Right.
Go ahead, George. George, what you got?
Oh, I'm just old school ghetto again. Got my little Amsterdam vodka here. We're gonna polish that on off with my the Coke. And that's what it is.
Okay. Do your thing. That's what's up. Roger, what you got?
I'm going old school classic. I'm just doing whiskey water. So get your decent quality whiskey. Use a little bit of distilled water. Brings out flavor and aroma. That's how I get down tonight. We're going neat, baby. We're going neat.
I love it. That. That's what's up.
You're on up.
Looks like we got somebody in the building.
You might try to kick in.
Yes, sir. I will kick him in. Let's go. Are we at him?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. What's up, man?
All right.
Hold on.
And do we have?
There we go. Now we can hear.
All right.
All right. And do we have Mr. Mel Love in the building?
What's up? What's up?
How are you? We can't hear you.
You need to mute your computer.
Link to link. What's going on? How's everybody feeling tonight?
All right.
Everybody doing all right? What's good with you, brother?
Yeah. Oh,
Hang on, yeah.
there we go.
It's a little better.
All right.
Yeah, that sounds a lot
A little
better.
better.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, we definitely gonna get into talking with our brother here in a little bit. He's got a lot to unwrap for us. But man, we're glad you're here. Glad you can make it.
Yes. Welcome.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
TV and the boys, yo. That's what's up.
Next time, though, you can't mess up Mimi's segment and be empty-handed, Ken, folks. You know.
Yes. Tell me you got something over there. Tell me you got something over there.
Don't
You might
can't
have
come to the family picnic. Right. It's all good though. I'll let you go on my cooler this time. And so yeah. So, but y'all, that's cool. Well, yeah, man, hang out with us, and like I said, we can't wait to, check in with you and see what you've been into, what y'all about.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Wednesday, so what's up with the day? How's everybody been doing? How's your week? Busy, hot, cold? What the heck is going on with y'all, folks?
I can tell you that this week so far has been the week from HE Devil Hockey Sticks. Like seriously.
Already?
Picture people, like we have 7 drivers, right? With the company I drive for during the week for the medical transport. Now, when 2 people call off, that only leaves us with 5 drivers, me being one of them.
Whoa.
So you can imagine how that went. Yeah, it's like people woke up and decided I don't want to go to work-itis. So I hope these people, that called in sick were truly sick instead of, just having, I don't want to go to work-itis. Because, being in Arizona, we got the sunshine, the sunshine, blue skies, all of that every day. So when you wake up, sometimes you don't feel like going to work. You want to go to the lake, you want to lounge at your pool if you have a pool. You want to stay home. So, I can understand that. But when you know that there's limited drivers and that we have patients that need to get to their doctor's appointment, it's really, really, really in poor taste to not come to work.
Yeah. To me, it's no different than the airlines and everybody else. I promise you, it wasn't really sick. Did you hear about that same thing with American? Delta. Last week they were offering close to 10 racks for people to get off the flight. I know we all kind of discussed it. I know my siblings and I did. $6 grand, 10 grand, and people weren't doing it. So they kind of were like, all right, to hell with it. They just shut the whole operation down and threw a pizza party, which is kind of funny. It's kind of bittersweet. It's like, you're going to do what I want one way or the other, but I know I wouldn't have been at that party because I would have probably been in the hotel preparing to cash my check. That being said, I think a lot of people are overworked, maybe underappreciated, underpaid, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody who thinks they're not underpaid, but it worries me when it comes to situations like CB and situations where people really depend on you, i.e. transportation, cross-country travel and things like that. You're really shutting down everybody's operation. by not being available. And I don't know, I've been on both ends. I've been places where we weren't appreciated and you felt like you were overworked with no reward. And I've been on the receiving end of situations where people felt like that and they said, you know what, everybody's going to lose. It's really tough, especially for people who are civil servants in certain ways. It's really tough. Your heart goes out, but you also need what you need and what you've become accustomed to. So I'm not sure what the answer is because people, they say their jobs out there and I see it, but it really does seem like people are not trying to go back to work, at least for other people. Do you think people are trying to work for themselves or just not trying to work?
People just want to work for themselves. That's all. They've been sitting home through all the COVID and everything like that, teaching themselves how to do different things. So now they're experimenting and they're going out there to be entrepreneurs. Everybody and their mama got a clothing company or they're doing some nails or hair or, just being the entrepreneur that they are. And the hustlers that they are, they tired of working for the people that's not really paying attention to them or care about them, and they don't want to slave no more, basically. So they out there just putting it together themselves. What you supposed to do, but hey, somebody got to do it. There's workers out there, then there's a whole bunch of leaders and bosses out here as well. And ain't nothing wrong with that. So whatever floats your fancy, keep it going. That's all.
Yeah,
boom.
True.
Okay. Yeah. So my thing is, do you think people are going to start getting paid more? So, for instance, CB, you are part of a team. I mean, George and I are in the same field. Mimi takes care of a lot of different factions, people's money, and things like that. Do you think, for instance, your public servants like teachers will finally get paid what they should if they're worth it? Because I know it's it's a gang of shitty teachers out there right now. But I mean, all of your public servants that deserve the raise and stuff like that, do you think if they finally say, okay, look, we're going to really up your salary, but we're going to make you earn it. You're going to have to prove you're worth all of this because, you give someone $27,000 a year. Hell, I'm not going to care either. I probably ain't teaching your kids much. But if you give, a starting out teacher $47,000 or something like that, and then, hey, the sky's the limit, but you hold their feet to the fire and say, you know what, you're going to do what needs to be done to get the curriculum to these children, make sure that they don't just glide by. So do you think with, adding to these people's paycheck, it will start to get quality people back in? Because I don't want people just trying to do their 8 and then go home, because that's what kind of got us here in the first place. You know how many people I know say that, man, I'm trying to do my 8 and go home. I don't want you working on shit of mine. So do we think that will be the answer? I agree with you, Mel. Like, there are a lot of people that are like, you know what? I'm just going to do my own thing, and I'm going to go back to the old school, the bartering system, the old school trade, my goods and services for your goods or money. So I think you're right. We've got a lot more of that happening. Do you guys think with the places like airlines and things like that, either they're going to get really, really small and we're going to go back to doing a lot of waiting and, haggling, or, they're going to have to pay people more? Do you think people will come back to work?
Right. Well, I think, as far as the teachers are concerned, I think that the ones that were really out there, like, the older teachers that are seasoned, been there forever, I think they should really bring them back at like the 47, K start. And they should bring in these little young ones at 20-something years old at 27,000, because that's what's happening. Make them super earn it, because what's happened, and to me, really and truly, they're just too young to be teachers, man. They're just really jacking up some shit. They're coming in there looking too cute. They got the 12th grade boys going, damn, I want to get with that. Then they're getting with the students. It's such an upside down shit. You already know how I feel about stuff.
Yeah, I think desperation causes people to say, look, we gotta get somebody in here, and then you take what you can get, as opposed to, it used to be you had to prove your worth in just about any field. I mean, I know I named education because I've been in it, but you're right, it doesn't matter. There's a shortage across the globe of just,
and then and they bring the young ones in. They bring the little young ones in as aides. This is a little teacher's aide, and then they just slip them into being a teacher, and then all of a sudden here comes the chaos. Because if I've been there, 25 years, and you bring somebody in and you want to pay them the same scale that I was supposed to have been getting paid.
Right.
That's a letdown.
Well, you realize they deliberately do that because they don't want people our age and all that to retire because you cost them too much. They're going to let you get real far along, and then they're going to boot you because you are at the top of the pay scale. Then they're going to bring in the 22-year-old and pay them nothing, but they're going to do the same work, or at least they're going to be there the same amount of time. So, it's a numbers game, which is where the quality goes out the door. So I'm just, it's going to be interesting to see how, this stuff kind of rewrites itself, if at all. That's all. It's just my curiosity.
I said it, management, baby. What is up? Thank you for joining us.
I said it.
Yeah, Senate management. Hello.
Yeah.
Welcome in.
Yeah. So it's getting wacky. So again,
but it really does make me wonder because, they even, because of the shortage of teachers, they were even promising to forgive their student loans if a teacher would be willing to go to an underserved community and teach there. What do you guys take off of that? I mean, what's your opinion on that? Do you think that that's a good program? I mean, because you don't get what's the song that Coolio was in? I forgot the name of the movie, but you don't have teachers like that.
Right, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Something Minds. I can't think of the name of the movie.
Dangerous Minds. Dangerous Minds.
Not know the damn title. You're gonna be that close.
And you the movie critic.
Remember the damn title.
And you the movie critic.
Somebody's minding their business. Anyway, but they were doing where they had to be in it a couple of years, 5, whatever the case may be. But apparently, I don't know if it worked out well or not. If I was earlier on, I may have entertained it, but it depends on where they want you to be and things like that. I mean, that's one way to do it, but that still isn't really helping when it comes to people just caring, people just giving a damn.
I think the next thing that's happening too is you have a lot of these kids that are rude as hell, and you don't want your mother or your auntie inside of the school system talking about, okay, I got 5 years left of my retirement, and you got some knucklehead, trying to throw freaking stones at her car while she's getting ready to drive away just because, it's become so crazy with the schools and the kids nowadays and the disrespect and, and it really and truly it all starts from home, and I was in a conversation earlier today that I was just like, what, the parents just need to step in and grab these kids up. But what's happening is that now you got the system involved. Everybody's going to jail. You can't take your kid and whoop him anymore because now you're going to jail. So that's what's happening now. Now you got the kids at home fighting the parents.
Right. See, I don't understand any of that. Like I said, I would have left my door open and had my kids shit all in the trash bag. You know why? Because you can't take my suitcase. I paid for it. But you're getting out. Like I would never. I don't even understand the idea of being afraid. And there are people that are afraid of their children legitimately. These children are growing large, and sometimes you got a little mama here with 2 and 3 big old boys, and everybody's ripping and running through and doing whatever, and she feels helpless, especially if they're pretty young. A lot of these parents are actually growing up while they're raising their children, so it's kind of 1 and 1A. There's a problem with that. So you really lose the old school system. And again, teachers' hands are tied. You're right; they're totally tied. They can't do anything. No discipline. You can't fail them because the system gets involved. So it's just a broken system and a vicious cycle of destruction, which is comedy to the outside countries. They look at this country and crack up and thinking, wow, we'll just sit back and watch them completely melt and implode. We don't have to do anything. They'll do it for us. And we do.
Let me ask you guys a question. Did you guys see the video that rolled out on today with what happened at the school in Texas?
I saw that. Did you guys get a chance to see that? And I was infuriated.
So it's off the chain because now you have 4 officers. Yeah, you got 4 officers that entered the building 3 minutes after the boy did. The officers are seen going towards the classroom, but then they decided to back out after they started hearing shots. Then a bunch of more officers came in, and 77 minutes later, after the boy done rung off about more than 100 shots, then here comes all these cops to come and take this boy down. So you know what that means.
I mean,
class action lawsuit. The state is going to pay out the yin yang, but still.
No,
it was ridiculous.
It means,
And the
it
school
means
released
like a
the
lot
word,
of
so
it.
you know what that means. It's about to be on.
Inside job.
Do you believe that was set up that way?
Try something. These cops.
You know, that's the way it is. I believe it was set up that way. You know, because there ain't no way in the world that, you know, somebody's going to step into a building like that with a whole bunch of people and then step out, and when they hear the shots, you're supposed to be peace officers or police officers to help the community and help the people, and that's kids at that, you know what I mean? Ain't no kids bringing no weapons into the schools or anything like that, so why wouldn't you go to rush and help those kids out? You the ones with the ammunition and all the bulletproof vests on and everything like that, so y'all should have rushed in there to help and save them kids. But
they were supposed to barge in the classroom and kill that boy. Period.
Don't want that to happen. You know what I mean? And they wanted that.
Not until they got done what needed to be done. Not until what they needed to happen happened. See, you can't be under the illusion that there was, you know, no knowledge of what was going on. All of these, so many of them are very well orchestrated dances. People are not going to say that because then you get another can of worms open. Well, it's the truth. There's no other reason for it.
You know what I mean?
There's no other reason.
So it's nothing to hide more within what's going on with everybody out here, you know, and it's sad that it's going down that way. You know, the government, they play a major part in everybody's lives. They want to, you know, populate, control all of us. They want to keep us locked down like we animals in a cage. That's what COVID is all about, to tell us we have to stay in the house like we all on punishment or something like that. And it's wrong, you know? So when the people wake up and they understand that, hey, we work good in numbers and unity, and we all have to stick together no matter race or the color of our skin tone, and we all have to stick together, and we have to fight for our human rights, not for our religion rights, not because of who we are or how we was birthed. It's human rights. We fighting for the freedom of speech, because if you've seen the posts that been going up, they trying to stop freedom of speech as well. You know, with us as being entertainers or podcasters or FM stations, AM stations, or just people in general that want to just talk and express themselves on the radio, they trying to stop all that from going on right now. So I wish the people would wake up and see what's really going on. They're really trying to take the freedom of speech away from all of us and lock us down and, you know, throw away the key. It's sad, you know?
Yeah, it's a lot of, it's really the removal of, like you said, human rights, but they are trying to rescind the democratic, you know, practices and process. That's exactly what's going on, and people don't realize that's how this country was founded originally. But I don't think
Democrats, Republicans, they all the same.
Well, it's just as a democratic nation.
Ain't no
but
difference.
As all of these things get repealed, you're going to start to see less and less democracy and more of another certain type of practice. You know, some people, you know, seem to think it's going communist. Some people seem to think it's going socialist. These are a lot of things we saw other countries fighting about, you know, Cuba, Russia, things like that years ago. And we were supposed to be the ones that were trying to, you know, preach and influence democracy. And now look at where our democratic processes are going. They're going in reverse. And you're right. You're 100% right. It has to be about, you know, one unified front, not individuals. But that's also why they're doing their damnedest to create the separation amongst groups and cultures and all of that. Because if we do come together, there's no way to stand against us, but as a collective. But as a bunch of different scattered groups, we, you know, a house divided cannot stand. And literally this country is divided. So, you know, we're never going to crawl out of the hole that we're in. And they want to keep it that way, the powers that be. And, you know, the upper echelon would hate to see us unified. And they're going to do everything to make sure we don't. So you're right. I believe you, brother. You're 100% right when it comes to what's going on and what's slowly being taken back. You know, that a lot of people fought for. Now all of that shit's being, you know, pulled back, which is more scary than you realize, than we as people realize. because once you lose certain of these so-called inalienable rights, you literally become, again, property, animalistic, like, just, property of a higher power. And that's it. No more, no less. You're not even a person. So yeah, we got to be on alert for real.
I feel like we're living in the times of, between, Jesus take the wheel and I wish a bitch would. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the thing is, I tell you, we really don't. We really don't wish certain people would. Somebody coming down the street is one thing. We don't really wish they would, because it's amazing how much power a very small percentage of people have. I get what you're saying. That's our phrase. That's our phrase, boy. Jesus take the wheel. But at the same time, it is frightening if someone really did this. The hand that does control the proverbial button really did say, "All right, I'm gonna spank y'all's ass." We don't want that whooping. We don't, because there's nothing we can really do. But again, without the right people coming together and without that unification, we're a lot closer than we realize to that type of living situation.
But it's also important for people to educate themselves on what is and what isn't, what laws we still have, what rights we still have, if any at all.
Sure.
And then to understand the impact of if this law is taken away or if these rights are taken away. Because, there's certain alienable rights that we do have that we are privy to, but there are a lot of rights that we have that a lot of people don't know that we have. So the more you educate yourself, like, for example, on a traffic stop, there are things that police do that they count on you not knowing they can't do legally. But they do it and get away with it because they count on people's ignorance of the law. But if you know the law and you know what they can and cannot do at a traffic stop, or if they pull you over, if they stop you, you're walking down the street, they harass you, those things that they do are illegal. And a lot of people don't realize that. They think because it's the police doing it, they can get away with it. They can do whatever they want. But no one is above the law, not even the law. And if you know what the law is and you educate yourself, and that's why I always stress to people, if you don't know, find out. Get that information, educate yourself, because we do not know everything. And there are resources out there and information out there, that is easily accessible. Like the internet is the information highway, and libraries still exist. So crack a book. It's easy.
Okay. So,
well, do your own due diligence, to be aware of what's going on. The powers that be, whoever lawyers out there, start doing some extra work or some things out there that's going to help the people that really don't know. Start putting up your own signs up there, to make people aware of what's going on. Like I had, for example, the other day I was going to do a show, and I was at the gas station, and I didn't know that they hold your money when you're buying gas from your credit card. You know what I mean? And I'm like, all right, I didn't know. So if I didn't know, other people out there don't know either. Why would you hold $175 of my money just to put in $50.66 worth of gas, and I'm on the road traveling, you're holding up my money now. Anything can happen while I'm on the road where I need my money to be freed up just to take care of that emergency. Love to do that more, but a lot of people, they go through a lot of things out here and they're struggling. So, put those signs up at the gas station to make people aware y'all doing these things to us.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Exactly. Very, very much correct. Very correct. People, we got to open eyes and not wait to be taught. Got to go out there and self-educate at times. Ask questions.
Of course.
Do your research.
And I wanted to say something, CB, because I'm finding out that in Arizona, It is actually illegal now to record cops 8 feet.
Right. That's what I
And
read.
you know what's the crazy thing about that? That now if you get stopped, you can't record cops. So who's recording the happenings? Because what they're doing is trying to cover up the bullshit.
Trying to
that they do.
Exactly. Record that is yourself, but you're already scared because you're going through it with the cops that's harassing you or stopping, frisking you, or just going through for no reason. Nobody else around you can film, but I advise everybody to still film, because a lot of these things, they're not doing their job like they're supposed to, and there are good cops that are doing their job. So, for me, I couldn't stand there and just watch somebody going through that nonsense where a cop is going to choke you or shoot you or something like that. I might jump in and try to stop the cop from doing what he's doing to harm the other people. So, a lot of people out there is not willing to lose their life or fight this good fight that we all win. But think about it. What happened to Jesus? He was the most righteous man on this planet Earth, walking and trying to teach the people. But they took Jesus out. So what you think they're going to do to us?
That's right. That is so true. That is so true. And guys, I know that we started out with Mimi's Drink Special. And what we want to do is we want to kind of like rewind the tape just a little bit, because I know that Mel Love got in and we just went 100 miles a minute. But let's just rewind just a little bit. And if we can just get Roger up in there so he can get his workout tick in and all that good old stuff.
I'm up in the place.
Yep.
If we can do that, if we can
drive
do that.
his sports and fitness.
Oh yeah, fitness tips with Roger Hawkins.
Which one you gonna be, Mimi? Which one you gonna be? You gonna be the bench press third or the bench press lead?
I'm gonna be sitting on top, going up and down, up and down.
I bet. You so right. You so right. See there?
Wow.
Hey, look, I'm just saying. That's a pretty good workout. Anyway, go ahead, Roger.
Okay, well, today's workout tip is call Mimi and she'll help be your weights, and we should be your workout partner. Anyway, real quick. So as much as it's driving me crazy, I'm going to give a shout out to the Raider organization. I'm a KC fan. I live in Vegas. I will never be a Raiders fan because y'all know, you know how we represent here. But that being said, I do have to give a shout out to these guys for being progressive. They've hired a black female as president of operations, a woman named Sandra Douglas Morgan. Yeah. So she's definitely got the credentials. So, for those naysayers who are like, the woman doesn't play football, she doesn't know football, she doesn't know sports, I beg and differ. She does. She's tough. She's sharp. So I have to give credit where credit's due. I will give the devil their due today. The Raiders get my props for the day for doing that. And I hope this woman definitely brings the breath of fresh air that they need just as an organization. We're so tired of making all these Raiders jokes about being whack. And I mean, we're going to keep doing it, but at least, they got a sister at the helm. So big ups to them. And really quickly, since I know we've got to get into some stuff, as far as fitness today, the only thing I want to say is I want people to be open about maybe switching up their eating habits. I know I get on this a little bit from time to time. It's not always about working out. It's kind of a trifecta of things: your rest, recovery, your diet, and of course your exercise. So what I'm going to say is, if you're like most of us, you eat meat, you're a carnivore, you're all the above, we love it. Sometimes give yourself a break. Either cut it from 3 meals to 1, or just take a day or 2 off. As much as we do need protein, you absolutely need to let your body break that down, digest it, and get a little bit of a cleanse. Because, one thing about it is that it can get backed up in you depending on, if it's red meat or whatever the case. I don't get into what type you eat. I don't that shit about red meat versus swine versus, I don't really care. I eat it all. So I'm not biased. I'm just saying give your body a break from any and everything. You know, I know a lot of people that have taken 40-year breaks from vegetables, damn it. You can take a day or two from, you know, something like that. Just allow yourself to try new things. You know, they have lots of me, and I'm not a vegan or vegetarian, but there are a lot of dishes now that are pretty filling, and they're just different types of foods that you can eat that are made very, very well, that can definitely help your body kind of, you know, cleanse and purge a little bit without getting all into that. Listen to my man Trey. Trey says he's doing the keto diet. I mean, there's all kinds of, you know, diet. I prefer to say lifestyle because your lifestyle is what you choose, how you choose to live and what you choose to do on a regular basis. It's not for a week or a month or 6 months, but Trey, I definitely feel you on that, brother. I'm just a person who I pay attention. You know, I calorie count. I pay attention to what's in everything I'm taking in and things like that. You have to know yourself, and a lot of us don't. So, you know, I'll end it with that. But I'm just saying, give yourself a break from some of the things you do on the regular, and allow your body to get away from it, and you'll really feel differently. And also, one last thing, work on your pH. Work on your body. I mean, you see it out there now. A lot of people are selling 8 and 9 pH water. If you want my opinion, it really does make a difference. There are a lot of fruits and vegetables out there that help balance your pH. And one thing I know for a fact is that, you know, disease, sickness, and certain bacteria and things like that cannot exist in a balanced environment. Meaning if your body is in perfect pH balance or close, which is around 8-ish, give or take, it becomes harder for you to get sick is the best way I can put it. And that's a natural fact. That's why people that live in places where they get these things naturally tend not to be nearly as sickly. And in this country, we need every little break that we can get. So just a couple of things to try coming up this week. You can get this kind of water from just about anywhere. You know, try some, figure out what you like, what you don't. Maybe get a tester and see if it's legitimate. And if it is, I think you'll feel the difference. That's pretty much what I got for you this week. Any questions on that?
Nope.
Keep doing your thing, Trey. I see you, brother. Keep doing your thing. Take care of yourself on that.
Well
Stick
covered.
with it.
Well covered.
Yeah, right on. And then have your drink and then purge that too. See, go sweat it out.
Damn, that part.
Once you're done.
George, what we got going on? What we got going on?
Ha ha.
It could be.
Time for George's business tip of the week. All right. We got I got 5 small business tips for y'all this week. Tip 1. Connect with others nearby to become stronger. Your best next customer is frequently another local business nearby, so that the best path to that customer is getting to know your local business owners. You derive competitive advantage from local knowledge and power. When you connect and collaborate with others, you unlock access to a collective knowledge and get stronger together. Some conversations that benefit from collective knowledge includes: how do you get your sign approved? Do you have any part-time employees looking for more hours over the summer? Be on the lookout for the scams that is going around town. Do you have a great local accountant? You know, these are conversations that get you engaged with businesses around you. Tip number 2, create unique customer experiences to draw the right audience. Local businesses should not try to compete on price. It just puts them in a death spiral and attracts customers that are unlikely to sustain business. Instead, shift your attention to creating an engaging customer experience. They are fun and educational and attract customers that will keep coming back. Also, leverage other local business owners to enhance your events. Get a local music school to showcase talents if you're having students to play at your event. Ask local accountants to hang out in your bookstore on a Friday mornings to answer questions. Hold a wine tasting at your yarn store's mom night out. You know, you're not limited you're only limited to your own creativity when working with others nearby to develop ideas. And by working together, you can also reach more local customers by co-marketing the event. Tip number 3, align your resources to maximize your impact. Make sure you have a plan to distribute promotions and events through all of your marketing assets. These include your websites, email lists, Facebook, Twitter followers, and storefronts. Each of your assets should include a place where you post events and promotions and use them in a concerted effort to get the word out. Tip number 4, plan ahead to get the word out. A little advanced planning can greatly improve traffic to your business when running events or promotions. As a general rule, develop a 45-day plan to help you get the right frame of mind. For example, 45 days in advance, post your events to your websites, storefront calendar events via email, newsletters, on social media, save the date messages. 7 days prior to your event, repost using coming next week. Post social media and your email and ask that they share it with others. 1 day prior to your event, repost reminder tomorrow via social media. And tip number 5, share to be shared because it will pay you back. Many business owners struggle with what to post on social media. Sharing what others do is a great way to create a more engaging social media experience for followers. When you see another local business doing something that might appeal to your followers, share it. It makes your social media more interesting and turns you into a valued resource for followers and encourages other local business to share your activities. And those are our 5 tips for this week. And of course, as usual, they will be posted up on our website, cbandtheboys.org. And just click on the business and you can review those tips if you wish at any given time.
All right.
All right.
So the local business owners. There you go.
CD?
Right on.
Those are fabulous, George. Great job. I learned a lot. a lot. And just to piggyback off of that, it is very important. The way that you market and continue to market your product, because the old adage where it says, if you build it, they will come. Part of that is true. However, if you don't let them know that you're there, how can they come? How can they find you? How do they know that, what you have is something that they need? Unless you market and show them what you have and show them that you're there. So that's very, very, very important. And social media definitely plays a big part. And so many different social media sites these days that you have a variety to choose from as far as how you want to market your product, where you want to market to. Another good resource are the Facebook groups that you can join. And, when George was saying connecting with others and networking, that's also a great way. There are so many Facebook groups that are local to your individual state that you can network and meet new people, meet new business owners, and just collaborate and support each other, because that's what it's all about. So those are really great tips, George. Really great.
All right.
All right.
Got the movie for us, Mama?
The only movie I can say that we support is Jordan Peele's movie next week, Note. It is a good film. It is great. It is brilliant. And I think everyone will definitely enjoy it. So I think we should all start next Friday, the 22nd. So I think everyone should definitely support that film for sure. All right.
Okay, I need to say something real quick. I gotta say this because you guys know I'm always on social media, right? Even while we're online, I'm always on social media, and I come across the dumbest shit, and I just have to say this.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a mother that was reportedly arrested for selling her 5-day-old baby for $2,900 to pay for a nose job in Russia. I'm done. What?
Hey,
this is why that abortion should not be outlawed, because there are some people, just because you can have a baby doesn't mean you should. And it's for that reason. It's that reason.
No, it ain't the baby. Somebody should abort that goofy bitch, not the baby, because she's the idiot. Shit. she should have a 350 month abortion with her dumb ass.
I'm sorry, guys. I just came across it, and I'm just like, you know what? You know when you think you've seen it all and heard it all, and then there's that one thing that comes at you, and you're just like, shit. I guess that is seen it all, heard it all. Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, so we can move right along, and you guys know how I do. I'm always.
I know.
That's definitely
gotta have a drink on that.
All right. So next we have to take a pause for the cause. Got to pay the bills, y'all. So without further ado, we'll be right back after a word from our sponsor. Possibly, maybe.
Maybe today.
Maybe midnight.
불타오르네. I'ma make you pump like that. 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 Jump like that.
Hey everybody, let's get together and feel alright with CB and the Boys radio show. Join us every Wednesday for your midweek motivator, offering you music, conversation, motivation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. One love.
Come back to us, Mimi. Come back to us, Mimi.
All right. Hell no.
Look, you know what? He said earlier today, I made some little changes, la, 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 la. I'm thinking like he's going to surprise me and lengthen my Bob Marley. Yo, you're messing up, man.
No. That ain't the change, no.
It's all good.
Get over it. All right. What's going on?
It'll be all right. Hey, look at the bright side. Look at the bright side. Did you see my note that I put in our private chat at the beginning?
No, I didn't see the notes. You should have go to the private chat, and I didn't see it.
You got April. You got April to look for this year. When we go to do our
next year.
All right, or next year for our CB and the Boys annual cruise. Let me throw you the itinerary.
Mhm.
Porting out of Miami,
Those
Florida.
itineraries.
Porting out of Miami, Florida. The first stop,
Virgin Islands.
Labadee, Haiti. The second stop,
Virgin Islands.
San Juan, Puerto Rico. The third stop,
Oh,
St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands.
Hey, yes, right.
The last stop,
That's what's up.
Coco Cay, Bahamas. So yeah,
how cool.
so yeah.
So then the Bahamas
Yeah.
too. Let's go.
So Mel Love, I'm just going to put it out right now. I'm going to put it out right now. We have a cruise next year. We're going to definitely keep in touch. You're more than welcome to join the pack.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? If you can. It's all the way next year. So you got all the plans in the world to make it happen. You know.
7 days, April.
Okay.
But have to be on the
7
ship,
days starting April
stay
16th.
on this ship.
If you ain't worried about flying,
Okay.
you can drive if you start soon enough. You'll be all right.
So people, we got the legendary Mel Love in the building. Okay, link to link booking. So FYI, you know, we got some extra love in the building. So for you guys that are just tuning in, just want you to know that there's an extra being in the building, and we're just loving on what's happening right now. We're gonna get more in tune with what's happening in his world in a minute. Let's keep it moving.
Yeah.
You guys know I'm drinking, so you guys know I'm hot tonight. I'm hot.
You hot.
Yes,
She's on fire. She's on fire.
Totally. So welcome now, welcome. And also, before we begin, shout out to Mr. Cochise Hill for bringing the fabulous Mr. Mel Love into our lives. So thanks, shout out to Cochise Hill of Check One Entertainment and Columbia Records. Shout out to him, so everybody.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Welcome now. So Mel, before we begin, for our listeners who may not know who you are, tell us a bit about yourself.
Well, I'm Mel Love, link to link, Melvin Coleman. The outfit, all the plugs come to me, the man in the background, wear many hats, I just love the people, and I love doing what I do out here. That's fighting that good fight to make sure that nobody's taking advantage of any artists out there, and just giving them what they need. Love and substance.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
That is awesome. Well, I know that you have a new single out called Pull Up. Tell us a little bit about Pull Up and the concept for that song.
My cousin Joe, he hit me up one day and he was like, yo, Mel Love. You know what I mean? You got a lot of songs, but you haven't did a drill track yet. And since you haven't did a drill track, why don't you jump on a drill track and see what you can do? And let them know that you can keep up with the youngsters out there that's doing what they're doing. And on top of that, I thought about it. I say, you're right. There's something going on with the drill records. Too many of the youth, is flashing guns, too much money, their parents' money, or maybe it could be their money too, But they flashing too many guns, and that's not right, They're killing one another out there. So, what made me do that record was to shine a different light on drill music, to let people know that you don't have to talk about guns and all that. You can talk about something else. And I'm just talking about having fun and pulling up, hopping out, you know what I mean? And just showing up and showing out everywhere I go. So, being an OG in the industry, just letting them know that I've been holding my name down and I stand behind everything that I do at length to length. So that's pretty much how the record came about, but, for the youth, I just advise them, to
change up their wordplay a little. There's more words in the dictionary and in the thesaurus that you can utilize to, get your point across instead of using the same words they've been using for years. That's getting a lot of people brainwashed or, getting them in trouble, either dead or in jail. And for me to come back as Mel Love Link to Link is to really push life out here amongst all of us, because I know what's going on this side of town. I don't know nobody that came back from death telling me it was good over there on that side. Do y'all know anybody that came from death that told y'all it was good over there? All right, so until then, we got to be out here pushing this life and loving it, and really living it for real, and this is what I'm about. Just, taking care of responsibilities, but, being accountable for our actions and what we're doing out here through our music. And, I hold a lot of people accountable for what they playing out here. And these disc jockeys, the DJs, they playing among this records and it's no good. So we have to change the narrative and get into everybody's mindset and say, hey, now is the time to change this narrative for us to push life, love, and substance out here. And we're going to bring it back to when people went to clubs and they wasn't scared to, go have fun and get on the dance floor and dance and, do that Soul Train line and come up with all these unique moves, or just be different, within the music, You don't have to sound the same like everybody else. Be yourself, because everything else is taken out there. So really do something different out there, and I can put that as a challenge. Everybody do something different. That way we know who's who, because right now we really don't know who's who in the industry. As far as these people that's doing the music right now. I remember growing up in the music and everybody sounded different, so you wanted to run out and go purchase their record and read behind the credits and see who was a part of that, That was how hip-hop and the music industry was. Nowadays, we can't even do that. So, let's try to bring some things back.
That's dope. That's dope. Because, question for you, have you always been on this tip, or did you kind of start out, look, we are the original, gangster rap generation and all that good crap. But as we've gotten older, we tend to try to turn back and tell the youngsters, hey, what you're saying, you don't have to stay in that mold with all the violence, et cetera, et cetera. Did you have a turning point in your career, or have you always kind of been on this particular side of it, positivity-wise?
Always been God's seed. Always been on, listening to what God's been telling me, and I've always been telling people since day one I entered this whole ordeal of the entertainment industry. I've been telling them to change your lyrics so you don't have to look behind your back, because you will when they get old. And, you don't want to be looking behind your shoulders. Somebody busting you in your head because you disrespected the man or the female because of something that you said in your lyrics. You don't want to go through that nonsense. So if you just straight up and just talk to the people and get into the rhythm or just have fun with it, then you don't have to worry about on top of that. It was too many games out here, and I said traveling, getting on the road, leaving my hood, and seeing what the world really was, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. The hood everywhere you go, where you grew up at, so nothing is different. The only thing that probably changed is comments in your bank account because you're making more money. That's about it. But if you go to the different hoods, everybody's the same. Grew up the same, listening to the same music, looking at the same TV shows. That's why we all relate to what's going on around here. So that's why I was telling my people, it's like, look, people will test you, especially when you're on the road coming from different areas, they want to know if you that hardcore that you say you are, But you got to be able to hold yourself down, hold yourself up to wherever that you're talking about in your life. So, I just try to just be in the same room and tell people, you want to make friends, not enemies out there. You know, especially when you traveling from state to state, those you love.
Right on. That's what I'm talking about. And, you know, not that it matters either way if you were, if you weren't, but I can respect that. You know, you've had your vision for a long time and you've gone with it. So that's what's up. And it's difficult. I know you know it's difficult when you're kind of going against the grain because society and people in higher positions deliberately push all of that negativity on our people on purpose, which is why you know, like I know, that a lot of the artists that get a lot of airplay and things like that are very, very self-destructive and destructive to our respective culture, which is why they get pushed a lot. Now, like you said earlier, you know, a lot of times, unfortunately, it equals more dollar signs and more commas. But it goes back to what we spoke on earlier, education, teaching our young people and things like that. You have to know when somebody's pulling the damn wool over your eyes. And unfortunately, they don't. So, you know, that's big ups. What you got, G? What you got? Looks like George got something ready for us. Look at there. Hey, I know that guy.
Young show. Mel Love. Late. Harlem, South Carolina. I hate to see you rock out. 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 Rock. I hate to see you rock out. Rock. Shit. OG in the game, then they holding my name. 100 racks for your brain, 100 racks on my chain. I've been moving and grooving, got the packs in them boards. I've been running up scores, lame nigga, you bored. My money been low, you tripping, I'm on. I've been moving my zone, steady packing my chrome. Did it pop when I move, real nigga on the groove. Slip and slide when I move, throw it out when I move. Did it for my fam, nigga make when I brand. I done made a couple jams, I done made a couple bands. Get it right for my queen, did this for my team. Mel Love machine, what the fuck do you mean? I get more with this fiend, keep it tucked in my jeans. Hit the block in that rave, I'ma skate when I leave, back it up when I'm gone, I'ma move my zone, tell them nigga leave me alone, I'ma do it on my own, I've been grinding on my own, I've been shining on my own, I've been grinding on my own, big racks on my own, yeah. Big racks on my own, big money on my own, my team on my own, yeah. Pull up, hop out, I hate to see you rock out. Pull up, hop out, I hate to see you rock out. Pull up, hop out, I hate to see you rock out. Pull up, hop out, I hate to see you rock out. Rock. I hate to see you rock out. Rock. I hate to see you rock out. Pull up, yeah. Hook up, yeah. That nigga moving and grooving to two little poppin' shorty on the run. I've been rolling with the gun, choppers on the side when I bomb. Dropping shit like Saddam. I'm strapped there and on. That nigga move, stay, yeah. Ain't shit going ain't. Medical baby crazy.
There we
Boom.
All right. I like that.
Yeah, that is cute.
Just from the standpoint of staying positive, dude, you can still say, look, I got street cred and all that, but you're not talking about spraying and all that, man. That alone gets accolades from me, bro. You know what I mean? So, stay the course, stay your course, because
Definitely.
you know we need more people keeping that scale balanced. We already got enough for this. You know, I do this and I do that. I like that. Hey, you know what? Let's kick it. I like that vibe. So keep doing you, man. For real. For real.
So yeah. I got a question for you. Tell me a little bit about Flavor TV.
Well, probably make a TV show, and the TV show that I did in the early 90s with two of my good friends, Don Blacks and Harlem Man, which his name is Mr. Crash right now. We did this TV show because I was flicking through the channels of public access or just regular TV, man, it's fine nothing that was, stimulating my mention. And I was like, something we can create our own TV show. And they was like, And then I said, well, maybe we just come up with a name, camera, go out and start filming, and just go on what we want and show the people what's going on. Right? At a young age, let me do it. And it was like, are you bugging now? And I was like, yeah, for real. There was no internet at the time, nothing like that. And when we did it, we created our own internet access where everybody was following the playbook from 3 to 4 hour-long show, running home from school to check out everything that we had on there. So the concept was to go out there and interview everybody that thought they was hardcore, they was tough, they was doing something big in the industry, from rappers to singers to fashion shows to whatever we was doing that had something to do with entertainment. We went out there and started interviewing them. We turned into little journalists, going out there asking questions on what was on their brain, why they wrote this type of music, why do they want to be in the entertainment business, and by answering these questions, we got people of my age bracket, interested, and they was like, wow, you're giving us something, so they, like I said, they used to run off from 3 to 4, just to watch on TV show about the playbook, and when I knew that we was on to something, is one day we was filming a show there on 42nd Street, Times Square, where Michael Bivins ran up on me. He was like, well, Mel Love, you're crazy, but whatever you're doing, don't stop. You have everybody in the industry watching the TV show, and y'all don't stop doing what you're doing. So that's when I knew that I had something on top of that. There was another TV show out there called Video Music Box with Rock McDaniels. And, I had them first, to help us, with the TV show. But he looked at me and he was like, hey, do it yourself, But when I was young, I didn't know what do it yourself, man, and I thought he was disrespecting me. So I kind of cursed him out and, went crazy with telling him I'm going to be the best TV show there is. You older than us, I thought you was going to help us and everything like that. But I took it wrong, as I got older. Ralph McDaniels, which we all call Uncle Ralph right now, he explained it to me and he told me, he was like, I told you to do it yourself because I seen something in you that you were very creative and, and I was just telling you that I couldn't help you because I didn't see the vision and I wanted you to come up with your own vision. And that's why I told you to do it yourself. So, I respected Uncle Ralph to this day and he told me, like, something, I've been following the play ever since you was a kid, so that made me feel good, inside knowing that, that is the starting point of following the play with different people, something to see on TV, and I did a lot of stuff, which turned into some of these reality shows that you're seeing right now on TV, because a lot of this stuff, I was ahead of my time doing these things. Sitting down with two of my friends, just going on for like different ideas and what the TV land don't do. We was doing everything that in our imagination that we could do, so people can understand where we was coming from at a young age. And then the internet came and everything, I just wish that I had a lot of these tapes showing proof to these people that we were the founding fathers of the whole public access network of Follow the Flavor and bringing, hosting, mixing with showing music videos to the public.
Cool.
That's what's up. Hey,
Nice.
So I'm gonna ask this. I'm gonna ask the question. It's something that we haven't talked about, but I'm really, really curious. You were the person responsible for giving my boy Biggie Smalls his name. How did that come about?
Well, I was coming into school, Junior Richmond, and Kirk Burroughs, which was my boss at the time. You know, I was his assistant. And he told me, he was like, listen, everybody's in the conference room, and we all have to come up with a name for Biggie Smalls. We cannot want no one to use that name, Biggie Smalls. Somebody else have that name, and he will get sued if he come out with the name. You know, he already previously used the name of Super Cat and Puff Daddy doing a song and everything. Jesse West, they did a song and everything like that. And it came out, so, you know, we could not know when to use the song. So we was all sitting in the conference room. Tim Porter, which was the secretary at the time, God bless his dead, Civil Pinch, that's Total's manager, Keisha from Total, Jesse West, Third Eye, Q, and myself. You know, and Kirk Burroughs was going in and out. His office coming back and forth to check on us to see what was going. So, you know, we all young, we were in the conference room laughing, joking around, and trying to come up with all these names that was crazy for Biggie Smalls, you know. So, what was told to us was write down the name, but don't put your name on there. You know what I mean? Just write it down and that's it. But I didn't see the common sense in that. Don't write your name down. You know what I mean? So
Right.
I'm having a conversation with God now. And I'm like, God, you know what I mean? I met Biggie, you know, when Mark Pitts brought him into the office and he sat down in front of me and Kirk Burroughs got up and went to the bathroom. So Kirk Burroughs never got to see that part of it, you know? So when Biggie sat down with me first with a white t-shirt and slice of pizza, breathing all hard and pizza cubes falling on his shirt, and I'm laughing and joking around with him. And I'm like, all right, what's he here for? And he told me he's scared to death to go in there and talk to Puffy. He's trying to get a deal. So I was like, let me hear you rap. And he started letting me hear him rap. And I'm like, wow, you sound and remind me of a pastor or something like that, because I can see everything he's talking about. So from that experience that I had, sitting down with this man first, fast forward, going into the conference room, trying to come up with a name. Like I said, I'm having a conversation with God, and I prayed on it. I said, please give me a great name that I can give this man because he deserves it, and you know, we can make history right now. So, with no owe us, because everything I'm doing is togetherness, and that's how I'm thinking. You know, that's what the way to read. Let's get together. You know, so I said, all right, you two owe us. You know, and I wrote it down. Right. Sorry, EIG and the King of New York came in is when Biggie was at a club one day and he couldn't get in the club, and me and my friend Gino, we was walking in the club since the dark ruins, and he was like, "Yo, man, Love, they're not letting me in." So I turned around to the bar and I was like, "You don't want me to stay here? You're the King of New York. It's the biggest smalls right here. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna be on this when his records start selling and everything like that. We got a brand new single that's about to come out called Party and Bullshit." So I was gonna let every person in the club that his way, because soon y'all gonna be doing that anyway, so you might as well start right now. You know, on top of that, see if you can pull me up and be his bodyguard or something like that. You know what I mean? Stand behind him when he walk in the club. So Biggie thanked me and everything like that. And we got stuff to see a couple of other people that was with him inside the club and everything. So, you know, when I'm sitting there in the conference room with everybody, Kirk Burroughs walked back in. He was like, everybody was gathering up all the papers that y'all wrote the names down on and everything like that. So I folded it up. Me not listening to not putting my name on there. I put my name on there anyway, you know? So I wanted somebody to know that it was me, if it was me that he picked, you know what I mean? But I didn't know at the time that it was going to be me. So I just wrote it down anyway. And, you know, Kurt Burrows took the basket out. He run with Puffy. Puffy Case looked at everybody and he tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, "Great job, Mel Love," and walked out. And then when he walked out, we heard him singing, "We got it! Oh my God, we did it! We got one! Yeah!" You know what I mean? Screaming at the top of his lungs. You know what I mean? So I felt he was happy with what we, you know what I mean, did. So at the end of the day, that's how Notorious B.I.G.'s name came up. No two are I or us. Notorious B.I.G., the King of New York. That I gave that man that great name, which is in the Hall of Fame right now, and doing all these great things for him, like 34th Street and Metro cards with his name on it and all that, you know. The sad thing is, I didn't get the credit for it, you know. Nobody knew that it was Mel Love, Link, Melvin Coleman that gave him that name.
But let me ask you a question.
Talking to
right.
people, what's going on?
Let me ask you a question. Do you think we're back then, were you Mel Love, Link to Link from the beginning amongst that circle, or did this come afterwards?
I was always Mel Love.
Okay.
I was always Mel Love. I was a singing rapper at the time. My record company was Love Records, and I was told not to use Love Records because the sound gave. I was told you singing rap, but you have to pick one. Either you're going to be a rapper or you're going to be a singer. I'm like, hey, I do both. I'm like, I started off doing my first rap. Don't use drugs when I was in school. And I was with, you know, Grover Charles and Ronald Reagan. And I did a book, poetry book, that a movie just been made with me and my teacher for F-Time. You know, and she just passed away like a year ago. You know, God bless the dead to me, you know, she will be missed. But this woman worked for me for 20 years. You know, before you were giving me the opportunity to see this movie with her, we went around to the film festivals, due to that, you know. But like I said, when I was at MTA Bad Entertainment, I was just doing my job, and I felt that, you know, being a kid at the time, that I had somebody like Kurt Burrows that I asked to be my manager. He was going to look out for me and make sure that I was going to collect the accolades that I supposed to have. I never collected none of that stuff. You know what I mean? So, you know, they collected it. They got the platinum plaques, and they got all the stuff that was rightfully theirs that, you know, but I felt like it should have came to me too, because I was there at the beginning and I helped all of them make Bad Boy with Bad Boy is today. I'm still standing because of my 30 days of training thought that I had with the help of God, giving me the vision to make it happen. Of course.
See, and this is the thing. Like sometimes, like we don't even need to have credit from wherever we think that we should have gotten credit from. At the end of the day, you're still here because a lot of them are not. You know what I'm saying? And you get to live your life where a lot of them can't even go into a regular restaurant without being bombarded with people. So they are living like really lonely lives. So, you know.
I learned from daily mistakes, you know, like in New York, when I always, you know, sent my music out of town, or I sent it overseas and everything like that, where I had the freedom to walk around my road without bodyguards and anything like that, because, you know, I got parents, I got sisters and brothers, and I got kids, you know, so I wanted to have that freedom to walk around and get restaurants without having people bother me saying, hey, let me get an autograph. That's right. We did this, we did that, you know. I just appreciate everything that I did on my journey, you know, and it's still standing to the day. So, you know, I know that God gave me something that these people are living on to this day.
Of course. Well, a huge, huge shout out to everything that you're doing, because, you know, it's amazing. Your accolades are awesome. Everything that you do. Thank you so, so much for being on the show. We had a great time with you. So I look forward to someday meeting you You know, the vibe is great. So thank you so much.
No, I appreciate it. Radio show, you know, TV and the Boys radio show. I can't wait till the finally come down to Arizona because I used to live out there too, you know, so I love that. So,
Okay.
You know, there's yeah. People that's still out there doing the thing, you know. But, you know, Free to Death, you know, Black Rob, he just passed. I just put up his song, 15th Street, first album as well. You know, it's sad that he didn't get the coverage that he deserved as well because he's a multi-platinum artist and he worked hard at that boy, Duck Down and his own alumni record. And, you know, for him to not get the coverage that he deserved or anybody saying anything about Black Rob and his award shows, you know, is terrible. So, by all means, I'm just going to try to get this in my heart, you know, just to say he deserved the spot. So I just felt like he deserved the same when when we grew up at, where everybody could stop and see, take pictures, and enjoy Black Rob. So Juneteenth would be the day, you know, his day. Every Juneteenth, Black Rob, you know, everybody can celebrate his day.
Yeah.
Well, I did have a quick question. So I had noticed that of the songs that you have, one is of my favorite dish, one of my favorite dishes, and that's red beans and rice. So can you tell me, how did you happen to write this song? Is that like one of your favorite dishes, or how did that come about? Because I'm about to play it.
Rice, you know. But that song came up with my brother, a good friend of mine, there on the other side, actually Johnson Projects, really great room. You know, he came to me with the concept, and he was like, yo, man, we can sing this song, and we got to shake it up, and we got to talk about the things that we know we grow up with. So, you know, actually, he gets the credit for that, Red Beans and Rice. You know, I wrote to it and everything like that. It's a great record, and everybody that listens to it, they like, wow, we really enjoy that. So, you know, really great room. And he's the first artist that turned the Black Rob to actually, you know, that Black Rob to help manage too. So he's still my brother to this day, and we in the studio working on his new album as well. You know, and he's helping me with the House of Love.
Well, it looks like we do have a caller on the line.
That's dope.
302, you're on with TV and the Boys and Mel Love. State your name. 302, you're on the line.
Hello, it's Miss Benita from the Miss Benita Show, coming on to support Mel Love.
Hi, Miss Benita. Welcome here.
How you doing, lady?
I'm great. Enjoying the show. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
You are hired. Come back. We love you.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much.
And the show was incredible. You know, I was seeing my TV show there. Like, I saw the network name. Like I told you before, I had followed the play the TV show on public access. So now I only see what it was on TV. So, you know, I started a TV network called Link TV Network that's on Google, Amazon TV, Fire and TV. So Miss Benita, she hired me to come down and to do a show. Well, you can explain, Miss Benita.
Yeah, we just had a show this weekend in Delaware, and Mel filmed it for TV, and it was amazing. It was just a great night. The night was about unity and how everybody, you know how usually when, I hate to say it and stereotype us, but Black people usually don't unite in adversity. When stuff happens, they start crumbling. And when I tell you everybody came together and they did their thing, I was the one that was crumbling, and they all took care of me. and they made sure I was good. And I just want Mel to know he's amazing. Thank you, Mel, for everything you did for my event.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Well, thank you for coming on, my dear.
Yes, can I get my website?
Sure.
Yeah, go ahead.
Of course you can. Let's go. Let's go.
Awesome. www.msbenita. That's www.missbenita.com. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, though.
Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
And I'll be tuning in more often. I like your show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Don't worry about
Thank
it.
you. All right. Next up, we got Red Beans. Bye-bye. Thank you. All right. Next up, everybody, we have Red Beans and Rice, because I love Red Beans and Rice, and I got to hear this song. So here we go.
Nano, shit. So yeah, what's up? Yo, shit. Speed up, down with a gangster ride, wasn't ready to roll, had to change the tires, wasn't suited and booted, had to change the tire. Now I'm so fly, they had to change the flyer. Inactive, said I'm retired, I know truth and power, y'all hanging with liars. You see the flames, you see the fire, make mad noise like chains in the dryer. You don't want to tumble nor rumble in my jungle, throw them in the headlock, make it say uncle. That don't work, young boys will dump you. I'ma ride with them just to show them where to dump you. No matter where you hide, life will confront you. If you can't beat them, but never let them punk you. Invisible bullies, villains forever. In between God and the bill collectors. Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. What we eating tonight? Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. That's what we eating tonight. Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. It's a great Kool-Aid. Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. That's what we eating tonight. Over. I was clever back then. Me and Romeo ain't never been friends. Puff L's, who they love like Mel. Get too cute, she get ugly as hell. Good money in jail. Plus, honey got the bell. Ain't a felon this coy. Hellboy, in my Helen of Troy. Tried to dip with my chips up boy. Had the Ghostbuster, Dan Aykroyd. Real Slimer, my kinda. Whole happy, matter of fact, hit the road, Jackie, leaning off a leader, steaming on Tiva. My new queen, imported from Sheba. No stomach, all ribs. She opened up the fridge, damn, this how you live? Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. What we eating tonight? Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. That's what we eating tonight. Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. It's a great Kool-Aid. Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. That's what we eating tonight. We was all ready for fish and spaghetti. And we was all ready for the fish and spaghetti. And we was all ready for fish and spaghetti. And we was all ready for the fish and spaghetti. Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. What we eating tonight? Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. That's what we eating tonight. Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. It's a great Kool-Aid. Red beans and rice, red beans and rice, red beans and rice. That's what we eating tonight. Am I?
Hey,
Okay,
all right.
My favorite part, the hell with the whole shit. When you threw in the grape Kool-Aid, you had me. In essence. Grape Kool-Aid. That was my joint in college. Before Red Bull was popular, grape Kool-Aid, boy, gave you wings.
Yes.
What's up, though? That's what's up, though. Having fun with it. I like that. Having fun with it.
Bring it back to get on the dance floor, and see people dance.
We have to make up a dance called the Red Beans and Rice. I don't know what it's gonna be yet, but we're gonna break it out next year.
I don't know.
George gonna do this shit on the cruise.
I don't know, but it made me hungry.
I know, right? Popeye's still open now. Popeye's is closed. I need some red beans and rice. And some Cajun rice and some dirty rice. Oh, man. Let's just go to Mardi Gras and just eat up all the Cajun food.
That part. Better.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right.
Go ahead.
Mel, thank you once again for being on the show tonight. We really enjoyed you. If you want to hang out while we briefly touch upon our topic tonight, you're more than welcome to. Our topic tonight is love and war. Is it really fair? So first up, we have our video from our resident counselor, Michelle Bracco, weighing in on the topic. So here we go. I think it's wow. Okay.
Red beans and rice.
Red beans and rice.
Great.
While we're waiting for, I've got it. Oh, here we go.
Discuss the topic. Hey everyone, Counselor Michelle Bracco here, and we are here to discuss the topic of love and war. Is it fair? Well, what's that old saying? All's fair in love and war. Is it? Well, in the opinion of myself, let's take the bad part first. Let's do war. Now, being a disabled veteran, I served in the military, in the Army for almost 7 years. And I served during the Gulf War era. And I became disabled before we shipped out. Unfortunately, I had a training accident that almost took my life. Luckily, I had my gear on. But my unit went overseas, and unfortunately, we lost people, including somebody that was in my squad where she was only 19. And it wasn't even to enemy fire. It was preparing to go out and survey lands, survey the area, and just preparing to leave. There was an accident, and she passed away. So when it comes to war, no, there's nothing fair about war. People lose their lives, they become disabled. It destroys families and people. And war doesn't even necessarily have to be something where you're in the military for. War can be right at home. I mean, we're living in the United States where there's a constant war going on. A war against minorities, a war against women, a war against the government, the war against religion, and just the little fights that go underneath that, like well, not necessarily little fights, but like gun reform and civil rights for LGBT, civil rights for women. Like honestly, everything that we do and everything that we experience is some kind of war. Is it fair? No, for the most part, it's not. Because war is the kind of thing that someone's going to lose something, whether it's rights, limbs, life, family, friends. Like war is a destructive act that takes away. So, in this counselor's opinion, no, war is not fair. Even if you sign up for it, like the military, they'll say, well, you signed up for it, you signed a contract. So whatever happens to you is fair because you knew the consequences. Pro athletes, well, if you get injured, you knew the consequences. does that still make it fair that I lost my life, or I became disabled, or I lost a family member because I knew the consequences? It's a question that honestly has to resonate with each individual. You have to decide, like, for you, is that fair? Personally, again, for me, and this is only my opinion, but no, I don't believe it's fair, regardless if you know the consequences or not. Because you are warned even when you have surgery, these are the consequences. But the purpose of you going in for surgery is to hopefully better something that might be ailing you. War is an argument that has escalated to the point where it's severely fought, and the whole purpose of the war is to hopefully come out with a better ending, a better solution. So when you deal with that and you lose something from it, yes, you may have known that might have happened, but it doesn't make it fair. It's never fair to lose something that, especially if it was close to you, or if it's a right or a civil right for you to have. It's not fair at all to ever lose that, no matter what the consequences, no matter what the circumstances. Now let's switch over a little bit and go to love. Love is an emotion. War is an act. So when we think about it, sometimes people take advantage of the saying of all's fair in love and war, because they include an emotion with an act. And love is something that shouldn't hurt. It shouldn't be something that you have to necessarily fight for. Fighting for someone is for the whole package, not just the love of them. Because as we discussed in other segments, love is not necessarily enough. It's a great feeling, and it's a great emotion, and it can make you feel elated and give you a rush of serotonin and great vibes and emotion. But at the end of the day, it is again just an emotion. And when people do things, certain things, in the name of love, it kind of devalues it. It makes it that an excuse rather than an emotion. Well, because I love you, I treated you like crap, or I was narcissistic because I didn't want to lose you because I love you so much. Is that fair? Absolutely not. Because when you end up using an emotion such as love as a control factor to keep somebody around, or to validate an excuse of mistreatment, abuse, that's not fair. That's not fair at all. You're taking away a person's right of happiness, a person's ability to live freely when you use love as an excuse. So we will keep it short.
No.
To conclude, love and war. War, again, an act. And the losses that come from war are never fair, because nobody needs to or wants to lose anything for the greater good. War can help situations, but the loss that comes from it, unfortunately, in this counselor's eyes, I don't ever feel that is fair for the exchange. You might be helping other people, but the loss of anything is never fair. And when it comes to love, if you have to use love as an excuse to keep somebody around when you're behaving badly towards them or using it as a control factor, that is not fair either. Love is supposed to be beautiful and a great emotion, not a tool to control and manipulate someone. Well, that's my time, guys. Thanks for listening. And as always, thank you to CB and the boys. Love you guys. See you later.
All right. And that was Counselor Michelle Bracco and her take on our topic tonight, which is love and war. Now, one thing about love and war that some people kind of associate it with being one and the same when it comes to relationships. For example, a good movie that kind of represents that is Two Can Play That Game, starring Vivica A. Fox and Morris Chestnut. In the film, it's like a battle of the sexes. And in the film, they both play games in which to get the ultimate goal, which is a relationship, to be in love. Because it seems like, that's what everyone wants. You want to be in love. And falling in love is half the fun. Some of us are like me, love the single life, and I have no desire to fall in love or anything like it. But I'm not opposed to it. But as far as warring about it, if you have to fight for someone's love, then to me, it's not worth it because they weren't yours to begin with. What do you guys think? Cricket. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
Roger's talking away and we can't hear a thing he's saying.
Right. I'm laughing because I was sitting there breathing heavy and shit. I'm like, huh? No. So we're talking about the fact that you say, when they say all's fair in love and war, this is the definition or that cliche. All's fair in love and war means you do whatever you have to do to win in either one of those. I think we took the long way to get there, but that's what it means. You do what you have to do to win in either one. So no matter what stops you pull out, that's what you do. And I get that part of it, but my question is there a line that you don't cross? Is there certain things you don't use, certain tricks or knowledge or whatever that you don't use to get that or so? Because in my opinion, I think honestly, everybody is selfish enough to say, I want to win no matter what the cost. If it means I want to win the war, whether if I'm fighting for something or for someone, I want to win. So I'll do whatever I have to do. The rules are there are no rules. Now, if you stop and think about it, nobody plays fair. People talk a good game. Nobody plays fair. You tell me someone that plays fair, and I'll show you someone who didn't win and is by themselves. You have to do what you have to do to get what you got to get. You know what I mean? So is it fair? I guess the answer is life ain't fair, so why should anything be? It's really the truth. But we're taught that you have to adhere to this guideline, these rules. But if you realize the people that tend to ascend to the top and get ahead never play by the rules. So think about any country that goes to war. Think about any company that takes over another. They don't play by the rules, or they play by two sets of rules. So the long and the short of it is all fair in love and war? Yep. Yep. The rules are there are no rules. You do what you got to do. If you don't get caught, you win. You can't show me someone who walked a straight line and didn't veer and won. You just can't. I mean, that's the truth.
Because we're not perfect. We're not perfect.
Right, but where do you draw the line? So where do you guys draw the line? Go, you know what? It's cool if you want to utilize that, but that's too far from me. Do you have a deal breaker?
Of course, there's always a deal breaker.
It's different for everyone. I think it's different for everyone. First of all, before I answer that, I wanted to say the difference between, love and war. So, for example, if you have to fight for someone or fighting for someone's heart, so say you meet someone, you're not interested in them, but they are persistent in telling you that you're going to be their wife. You're going to fall in love with them. they're going to marry you. So my thing is, there's a difference between that and stalking someone. So stalking someone is defined as a pattern of unwanted behavior directed at a specific person, which causes that person to change their routine or feel afraid, nervous, or that they could be in danger, that their life could be in danger. So that's stalking someone. But in the pursuit of someone's heart to make them fall in love with you, to me, that's the same behavior. And I say that from experience.
Of
because
course.
I've
Wait.
been on the
Hold on.
You did that to somebody?
Clarify for me. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss this. So you think that chasing, stalking are the same? You think the pursuit in and of itself is the same to get someone's affection? They're one and the same?
Well, in my opinion, from my experience,
From her experience.
Because being the person being chased and being told, you're going to be my wife, I'm going to marry you. You might not know it yet, but we're destined to be together. We're soulmates. You're my twin flame, whatever that is. You know, all of that. And then calling 24/7, getting anxious when I don't answer the phone, getting mad when I don't answer text. Just really getting crazy, and then texting me things like, I love you, I miss you. And I'm got you in the friend zone, but you don't seem to want to stay in the friend zone. It's like you're taking yourself out. I'm not taking you out. So when it says here that it's unwanted behavior, it is, because if you told this person in no uncertain terms, I'm not interested, we're just friends.
So did you guys? Did it go anywhere? Did it go anywhere? Did this go anywhere? Was there one date? No dates? Did you have sex one time? No times? Did it go anywhere? Okay, so that's not love, and therefore that person's attempted game did not work. Now I will venture to say, okay, so. Right. Now, that. I mean, you got to get the authorities involved, I guess. I don't know. But my thing is...
No, what happened is that you don't have a second conversation when it comes to shit like that. You cut them the hell off, you block them from everything, and you never talk to them again. That's just the bottom line. Because at the end of the day, if it's so bad that you're feeling soft, then you get rid of them.
But you and I both know that some people are so soft for attention and compliments that, you know what, they will endure that to hear what they haven't heard and that kind of bullshit. Now, it is what it is. Because, you know what, some people drive off food, water, and compliments. And I'm just saying, I didn't make it up, but I damn sure believe in it. So it is what it is on that front. You're right. It may not be you, but we all know people that do that. So someone will fall for everything every day. But when it comes to the fairness, so let's say you meet someone in a different city or state on a vacation doing whatever. You have a connection. You guys hang out. You have a great time. You do things you don't normally get to do. You feel like you guys are kindred spirits. Maybe you watch sunsets and you don't do that shit. You take walks along a pier and you don't do that kind of thing. You talk about things you don't normally do. That sounds like burgeoning romance, feelings, love, or whatever. Now, you go back to your respective home. This person goes back to their respective home. All of a sudden, you look up and you go, both of you may have someone, but you go, hey, we can't deny this magnetic connection. And then it blossoms into something else. Do you feel bad because you go, hey, you're with someone, I'm with someone, but we feel this, and now we think we're going to pursue it? That's where I think the whole love and war, the fairness of love and war comes into play. Because by the rules and regulations of how we're supposed to act, we're not supposed to do that with people that are spoken for. But then you say, you know what? This person is far too important to me for me to not pursue this. And therefore, I'm going to put my best foot forward. And if it works out and you get that person, are you horrible? Are you wrong for doing that?
Well, a good example of that, and one where it actually worked, would be Johnny Cash and June Carter Cash, because when they met, they each were married to someone else. They each had, partners. and they divorced their partner to be together. And their relationship lasted literally till death. When June Carter Cash died, Johnny Cash died a few weeks later, or a few months, something like that. But he wasn't far behind her. So in that sense, that relationship did work. And they were married for 30 plus years, had beautiful children, the whole 9 yards. So in that sense, that relationship did work. However, when they first met, again, they were married to other people. So,
but again, I'm asking, is it right? So is that okay? No, is that okay? So that's not okay with you, Mimi?
No, that's not okay. That's not okay with me. You know what I'm saying?
Why not?
I'm married to somebody else. You married to somebody else. How did the whole shit start? The whole shit started by you cheating on your wife and the person cheating on their husband, and you're cheating, and then you get together and you live happily ever after. Like, no, it's just, that's disgusting to me. I'm sorry. I couldn't do it.
So my question to you is...
Maybe it's because I don't believe in cheating. That's just really what it is. I don't believe in cheating. My thing is,
do you believe in being unhappy? Do you believe in being unhappy?
I'm not going to be unhappy. I'm going to get the fuck out.
Okay, but if some people say, hey, they got the fuck out. They got the fuck out by being with each other. So technically, it was just a little overlap. But technically, was that? No, they say, you know what? We found each other. But they had to have been cheating.
They had to have been cheating to get involved with each other to even decide that they're going to like.
I'm not disagreeing.
Situation.
Right, but here's my thing. We say all fair and love and war, right? How many people do we all know, and I'm not saying point people out, how many people do we know cheat on their taxes every year, claim kids that are not theirs, say that they make more or less than they do to get a tax break? And so we choose.
I get those all the time. I'm a consultant.
Okay, so people, but do you get mad at them? No, because they pay you to help them fix their lives. Do you yell at them about that? No, but you just have your principles, and that's fine. The point that I'm making is...
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with love and war.
Yes, it fucking does, because people they love keeping their own money. I love keeping my money. And if I got to tell somebody I didn't make as much as I did to keep my money, you fucking right, I'm going to say that. Again,
you're going to time out.
You know what? That's fine. I'll go to the corner. I'm almost out of bourbon. So I'll go to the corner. I said it. Shit.
Oh, boy.
Hey, find the lie. Find the lie. Y'all can find the lie. I got a nicer ass than that, by the way. But you find the lie.
Oh, Lord. Oh, my God. You guys are crazy as hell.
I mean,
you want to weigh in on the topic?
What you got, brother?
I'm just saying, with relationships, if it's for you, they for you. That's it. If it's not for you, they just not for you. That's all. You don't have to go out there cheating or doing anything like that, because you don't want to be cheated on yourself. So, you just got to be fair and, just try to compromise and try your best to make it work. If it works in that situation, if it don't work, don't be unhappy, leave out the situation, but still try to remain friends if you could. If you can't, then you got to leave them behind and they got to go. Like you got to go.
I think that's
if someone cheats on me, I just cheat on them, and we just continuously cheat on each other until we break up.
Nah, but that's not right for y'all to go around cheating or anything like that. But what you were saying earlier before, compliments. You know what I mean? When a guy gives you a compliment, he's paying attention to you, and these are some of the things that we thought that some of your women like. You know what I mean? To say, hey, you look good. You might be my wife for the rest of my life. You might not know it right now. That's just talking things into existence, law of attraction, because they see something about you that they really feeling that they want to, be with for the rest of their life to make them feel good. So you might not have the same feelings towards that, or you might can grow into it. You never know, But
Mel Love, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question, Mel. Do you think it's safe for the individual as a male to continue on if he knows that she's not as interested in him as he is about her, to the point of being mad at her if she doesn't pick up her phone, tripping out, and all this other stuff? Do you think that that's going to make her feel like
upset about the situation? You know what I mean? Because if she already telling you, hey, I don't want to be with you, then she already lets you know from the gate, look, family, you know, you in the friend zone. I ain't feeling you like that. You're not for me, you know, so he have to leave you alone completely, you know what I mean? And just keep it moving. Yeah. You know, his feelings is hurt, but hey, he got to keep it moving. A lot of people don't understand that, you know, but women have to be straight up like men have to be straight up too. And anything that you do in life, that's the only way it's going to work.
Yes. Well, Mel, first of all, I want to, before we continue, I just want to say again, thank you so much for being on the show. I know that we've got like 5 minutes left before we got to we get out of Block Talk, but please let people know how they can find you or follow you or friend you. Let us know.
All right. You can get in contact with me at linktolinkent.com. That's LINK, the number 2, LINKENT.com. That's my website, or you can go to my email. That's linktolinkent02@gmail.com. LINK, the number 2, LINKENT02@gmail.com. Or you can call me now, because I just turned on a new phone where everybody can get in contact with me wherever you at. And that's 646-973-0667. I'll say it again. That's 646-973-0667. So anybody can get in contact with me anytime, or go to melvin.coleman.3994 Instagram and hit me up in my DM. Y'all want to book me for a show? I come out there and talk to the people. I can come out and film my TV show, Link to Link TV network. I can come perform. I can come, just talk to y'all, give y'all some insight on how to do things out here in the industry, And another thing I wanted to tell everybody, I am giving back to everybody. So get on BMI, sign up as a writer. It's free. Wait 3 to 5 business days for them to give you your IP number. Send it to me so I can register you to any one of my songs. And this is how we're going to create generational wealth, because you don't even have to go in the studio with me or anything. Just for y'all showing me love and acknowledging who Mel Love Link to Link is, I'm giving back to y'all so y'all can collect royalties off the records that I'm putting out for future endeavors. So, just send me your IP number off the BMI and I'll register you to my song. And then when I collect the check, you collect the check too at the same time. We all eating here together, link to link. We all family.
What's up? Thank you. Thank you so much. CD.
You're welcome.
Well, guys, it's been real. It's been fun. It's been really fun. But sadly, our time is done. So everyone, say your goodbye. And as usual, I will say the final.
Guys, look, one love. God bless. It's been an excellent night. Mel Love, thank you so much for coming on once again and hanging out with us on, peace.
CB and the boys. I love your show. Thank you for having me come up here. Link to Link, the movement y'all want to move with. God bless all of y'all and everybody that's been listening, chiming in. I appreciate all of y'all. And don't forget to Top My Records is out there. Pull up. Everybody pull up and hop out this summer. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yeah, we're going.
All right.
Yo, cheat on me, I'm going to cheat on you back until we get done. Those are fucking immortal words by my sis up here. Hey, that's how we get down. You stalk me, I'm going to stop and turn around and let you catch me, boo-boo. Let's get it going. Anyway, take care of yourself. I'm out. Love.
Wow.
Yo, I think we're doing the after show tonight.
I'm done.
Yeah, about 3 minutes.
You guys want after show?
All right. Well,
all right.
I will see y'all in the after show. If y'all hanging out for the after show, Goodbye to Blog Talk Radio, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. Thank you guys for joining in tonight. And if you want to continue to see the after show, catch us on YouTube, CB and the Boys, on live there, or you can go to our website and continue to watch the after show at cbandtheboys.org. Click live broadcast. But for those of you on Blog Talk Radio and iHeart and Apple Podcasts, peace, love, and hair grease.
One love. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for rocking out with us tonight. You've been listening to CB and the Boys. We come to you every Wednesday as your midweek motivator, giving you music, motivation, conversation, laughter, and a whole lot of fun. Hopefully you got all of that tonight and then some. Once again, I'd like to thank our guest for tonight, Mr. Mel Love. Thank you so much for being on the show. And you guys, don't worry if you've missed anything. We're going to send around the playback link so you can catch everything that you missed. So we got you covered. And don't forget to visit our YouTube, like us, and subscribe. Don't forget to hang out with our Facebook and hit that like button. And please don't forget to go to our iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and actually on every podcast at this point. So don't forget to go to our pages, check us out. Just Google CB and the Boys or CB and the Boys radio show. It will pop up. And above all, go to our YouTube, like us, and subscribe. The more subscribers we get, the more we can bring you more. The more we can do more and bring you more. So please tell your mom, your dad, your sisters, your brothers, cousins, great-grandpa, grandpa, grandma, whatever. Have everyone subscribe and like us because we're awesome. So also shout out, of course, to BTS, which is my favorite group. They are back temporarily. Korea has a bid for the World Expo, which is happening in 2030. So BTS does now have a concert scheduled, a global concert scheduled for October. And of course, yours truly will be online watching that. So I'll give you guys a blow-by-blow of the whole thing. So please don't forget that. So to take us home is one of my favorite BTS songs, and actually it's one of the new songs. Yeah, it's one of the new songs that they've come out. And so, and I just had it queued up, so my computer blanked out. But anyway, so we're just going to end this one with BTS Butter featuring Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, wait a minute. Bump that. Here we go. I found it. So here's their new song, For You. And here is BTS. So everyone enjoy the rest of your night. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, you can do and be anything that you want in this world as long as you work hard. And above all things, love yourself. Because if you don't love yourself, how can you expect anyone else to love you if you don't love you? So go out there and love you. Show the world what you got. We love you. We respect you. Thank you so much. And we will see you next week. So here is BTS to take us home with For You. Bye-bye.
If I never met you, I never don't know the every time I miss you, 꿈이 돼버린 그날. 덕분에 10년 차 감정을 사랑이다 너무 쉽게 울었고 너무 쉽게 웃었대 나는 기적 뒤에 겨우 비도 내봤을 때 here with us together. And every second was forever. Oh, 정할 수 없는 너 끝없던 내 삶 되게 머리 감는 전체 바랬던 맘들 이제 네가 있는 여기 is the new home turn 돌아올 테니까 baby don't you worry 우리가 걷는 이 길이 모두가 길이 될 테니 Oh, it's never matching 난 어떤 모습일까 Every time I miss you 그렇게 돼버린 그만 Desperate for the rest of my 하나 둘셋 우리의 하나 잊지 못할 모든 순간 All night all night 책임져서 flower 덕분에 나다워 now We don't wait 너에게 무수한 말 그게 나 만든 거야 그래 넌 나의 젊음 또 나의 청춘 너 마음 내 사랑의 전부터 내 깜깜했지 사이 난 두개 한 줄기지 정말 그래 있어가냐 참 게임에 우린 champion 나의 영 너무 멋지고 이렇게 하지도 느라지지도 그 손에 늘어진 틈이 몇 번이나 늘어날 테니 지금은 잠시 쉬어도 돼 지금 뛰면 지날 곳에 날 그린 바로 뺏은 Really don't overthink it Why if I never met you I'll never done 모습일까 Baby Every time I miss you 내버린 그만 Desperate for the rest of my life I wish I could have every time 모든 게 쉽게 돼 많이 해결 그만 Everything's here for the rest of my
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
It's Bird Albert.
Great show, everybody.
We're having fun now. With me.
Can you
and
guys hear me?
gang.
Unfortunately.
Oh, shut up. Shut up.
Get that
good.
shit.
Shut up. Shut up. What the hell?
How you doing?
That is anatomically incorrect.
I like that. But anyway.
You like them built like that? You like them built like that?
No, no, not like that. Look, guys, look.
Mimi got that head hang like she a failure. She hanging her head like I'm a failure. I'm done.
No, I'm really over tonight. I'm so glad that the night is over. I'm just yeah. We're still alive. Okay, yeah. So
yeah, we're still alive. We're still alive.
no, it's all good. I'm just I'm just enjoying life and you're eating. See, I need to go get me a whole plate of food.
You haven't eaten?
He was unraveling stuff up during the song. I was like, "What the hell is Roger?"
No,
I know better. I got to get up early. It's cool. Hey, listen. This is what I had. This is what I did tonight.
Oh,
Damn.
Exactly.
Wow.
Eating might be a good idea.
and look, I never took my shot. My shot's still lingering.
You probably don't take it. Put that shit in some saran wrap or something.
We need to pay for at least have our deposits in by the end of this month. Last year we did it on July 29th. So I guess we need to have it in by then, maybe.
Well, first thing we got to do is I'm sending you an email. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4 different cruises. So coming right now. Let's see.
Since I'm forced to go, I've been told I don't have a choice.
You don't have a goddamn choice. What kind of bullshit is that? That shouldn't even be a conversation. As a matter of fact, we shouldn't even be talking about that. The hell? Look, it's not my fault that you didn't have a great time the first time that you went on there.
I called myself being polite. I didn't realize that there was no need to be.
Not sorry.
No. You're gonna be on that cruise by hook or by crook because we're all gonna be there. Damn it.
Yeah. Because the first one for you was a fail.
You shut up.
What is our what's our theme gonna be for Halloween? Are we gonna dress up or we're just gonna be in our CB and the Boys gear?
I can't even think about August, September, October. I can't think that far just
No.
yet.
We're gonna be in our CB and the Boys gear.
Don't hurt yourself.
Well, I'll be in our. Should we get orange shirts? Should we get orange shirts and have CB and the Boys printed on it?
Orange and black.
You know what? This is not a show. It's a meeting. So we might as well just those are the last two people there hanging out watching us. Y'all have a good night.
Thank
you very much.
One love.
Good night.
CB and the Boys is leaving the building.